Did you know that constant fatigue, depression, irritability, and even erectile dysfunction can all be linked to low testosterone levels? This hormone is often underestimated, but it plays a central role in how energetic, motivated, and strong you feel every single day. The big question is, what exactly is testosterone, and how can you really tell if your levels are dangerously low? Today's video will give you clear signs to recognize if your testosterone is dropping. And trust me, knowing this can save you from years of frustration, poor results in the gym, weight gain that seems impossible to reverse, and even difficulties in your intimate life. When testosterone is at healthy levels, your body becomes more efficient in almost everything. You build muscle faster, burn fat more easily, recover from workouts better, sleep more deeply, and feel more focused and motivated. It also boosts confidence, sexual drive, and overall vitality. In other words, testosterone is not just a hormone, it's one of the engines of life. Most people think of testosterone as the male hormone, but that's only part of the truth. Women also produce testosterone, about 10% of what men make. And here's the key point. It's not just about the amount, but about how available it is to your body. A man can have high total testosterone levels on paper and still suffer from all the symptoms of deficiency. That's because the real difference comes from free testosterone. Let me explain. Testosterone can't just float freely through your blood. It needs carriers. One of these carriers is albumin, a protein that binds to testosterone and later releases it where it's needed. This fraction is still usable by your body. But then comes another molecule called SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. Unlike albumin, SHBG binds tightly to testosterone and doesn't let it go. And when testosterone is locked away like that, it becomes useless. Your cells can't access it. This is why your blood test showing total testosterone might be misleading. What you really need to know is how much bioavailable testosterone you have, the fraction that your body can actually use. And here's an important detail that most people don't know. SHBG levels can increase for several reasons: aging, certain medications, liver issues, or contraceptive use in women. That's why so many women who start birth control pills report a drop in libido. Their already lower testosterone production gets trapped by rising SHBG, leaving almost nothing available for their body to use. So, simply having testosterone in your system is not enough. What matters is whether it's free, bioavailable, and ready to act. Before I walk you through the 9 warning signs that reveal low testosterone, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. This way, you'll always be updated with the best information on fitness, health, and hormones, helping you maximize your results and avoid mistakes. Now, let's begin with the first signals your body might already be sending. The most evident symptom is depression and mood disorders. When testosterone drops significantly, your mental health often takes the first hit. You might feel persistently sad, drained of motivation, or as if nothing excites you anymore. But here's something crucial. Depression caused by low testosterone usually comes hand in hand with other subtle signs, which many people ignore until the problem gets worse. One of these is low self-esteem. That constant feeling that you're not attractive, not capable, or simply not satisfied with yourself. Combined with sadness, apathy, and lack of drive, this can push people into isolation. Why does this happen? Because testosterone is directly linked to dopamine and serotonin, the brain's feel-good chemicals. Low testosterone means lower balance of these neurotransmitters, which directly impacts your confidence, motivation, and ability to feel pleasure from daily activities. Another strong symptom is a drop in libido. And this is not just about desire. Libido is actually a biological survival instinct. Our DNA is programmed to reproduce, and testosterone is the hormone that sustains this drive. When levels are low, sexual desire fades, intimacy suffers, and overall quality of life declines. For women, this can be even more evident if they use hormonal contraceptives, which increase SHBG and reduce free testosterone. That's why many women on the pill report zero interest in sex. For men, it can manifest as complete disinterest or difficulty maintaining intimacy with their partner. And it doesn't stop there. Testosterone is also fundamental for fertility. The pituitary gland in the brain sends signals to the testicles to produce testosterone and sperm at the same time. If testosterone is low, sperm production is also compromised, both in quantity and quality. That means fertility can be directly at risk. Low testosterone can also lead to erectile dysfunction. Without enough bioavailable testosterone, not only does sexual desire weaken, but physical response is also affected. Erections may become weaker, inconsistent, or disappear completely. Combine that with low libido, and it's easy to see why testosterone is often called the hormone of vitality. Moving away from sexual health, another warning sign is loss of strength and muscle mass. Testosterone is one of the main drivers of muscle growth and recovery. If your levels are low, you may find it harder to increase weights at the gym, feel weaker overall, or even notice muscles shrinking despite working out consistently. And here's another crucial point: recovery time. After training, testosterone helps repair muscle fibers and reduce inflammation. If you notice excessive fatigue, soreness that lingers for days, or difficulty bouncing back after workouts, low testosterone could be one of the hidden causes. The seventh warning sign of low testosterone is the sudden appearance of fat in places where you didn't have it before. Testosterone is directly linked to metabolism, and metabolism is what determines how your body processes energy. A simple example: on cold days, men generally feel warmer than women. That's because higher testosterone keeps metabolism more active, which generates more body heat. When testosterone drops, metabolism slows down. That means you can be eating the same diet you always did, training the same way you always have, and still notice weight creeping up. The fat seems to accumulate out of nowhere, and once it starts, it's like a snowball rolling downhill. Hard to stop and harder to reverse. And here's the dangerous cycle. The more fat you gain, the more your body produces an enzyme called aromatase. This enzyme transforms testosterone, the very hormone responsible for male characteristics like muscle mass, body hair, and deeper voice, into estrogen, the hormone that promotes female characteristics. Over time, this hormonal imbalance can cause not only fat gain, but also gynecomastia, the development of male breasts. This is why many men who gain a lot of belly fat start noticing physical changes that go far beyond appearance. The increased aromatase is stealing their testosterone and flooding their system with estrogen. And the cycle continues. More fat means more aromatase. More aromatase means less testosterone. Less testosterone means slower metabolism, and slower metabolism leads to even more fat. Alongside this, mood declines, anxiety grows, and the symptoms of depression worsen. The eighth sign of low testosterone is constant fatigue. It's natural for the body to get tired, but there's a big difference between healthy tiredness after a productive day and the type of crushing fatigue that makes you want to sit down all the time, avoid physical activity, and lose motivation. The human body is designed to move. That's in our biology. Throughout history, humans hunted, gathered, worked the land, built, and walked long distances. Being in constant motion was the rule, not the exception. Testosterone is one of the hormones that fuels this natural energy. It keeps men more active, more driven to move, to build, to think and solve problems. Have you ever noticed that men tend to sleep fewer hours than women and still maintain energy throughout the day? A big part of that resilience comes from testosterone. When levels drop, this natural drive fades. Suddenly, the man who once had the willpower to train, work, and handle challenges becomes passive, drained, and excessively tired. And fatigue doesn't just affect energy levels, it impacts mental clarity. That brings us to the ninth major warning sign of low testosterone: cognitive problems. When testosterone levels are adequate, the brain is sharper, memory works better, and focus feels natural. Tasks are performed with more precision, and learning new skills feels easier. But when testosterone is low, the brain starts to feel foggy. You might find yourself forgetting things you never used to forget, losing track of conversations, or struggling to concentrate on tasks that require attention. Of course, in today's digital world, where we are bombarded with constant notifications, TikTok videos, Instagram reels, and endless scrolling, attention spans are shrinking anyway. But here's the key difference. Normal distraction is when you choose to jump from one video to another. Cognitive decline due to low testosterone is when your brain simply can't hold focus even if you want to. You start reading a text and realize you've forgotten the first paragraph. You begin a task and can't remember why you started it. Important details slip through your fingers, and this affects not just productivity, but also self-confidence. Scientists have even linked low testosterone to a higher risk of cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases as men age. That's because testosterone interacts with brain receptors that influence memory, concentration, and emotional stability. Without this hormonal support, the brain struggles to keep its efficiency. So let's recap what we've seen. Low testosterone can trigger fat gain and gynecomastia through the action of aromatase. It can create a vicious cycle of fat, less testosterone, more fat, even less testosterone. It causes fatigue that goes beyond simple tiredness, draining motivation and energy for life. It damages cognitive performance, making focus, memory, and clarity much harder to sustain. If you recognize yourself in any of these signs, the next step is simple but crucial. Seek a qualified professional. Get your hormone levels tested, not just total testosterone, but also free and bioavailable testosterone, the ones that really count. This can help you identify imbalances before they become full-blown health problems. And remember, testosterone isn't just about muscles and sex drive. It's about how you feel every day, about your energy to work, create, love, and live fully. If you want to go deeper into this subject, check out my other video on habits that lower testosterone levels. You'll be surprised at how everyday choices can either help or destroy your hormonal balance. If this content helped you, leave a comment below sharing your experience. Have you noticed any of these symptoms? Which one resonates the most with you? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content from Fit Fundamentals. Take care of your health, take care of your hormones, and I'll see you in the next video.